Hello everyone, this is Mr. Yusuf again. Okay, so the first video about Ielts was like for the academic writing and academic module, and today it's the same. We don't have something about the writing skill, but I'm going to devote this video to talk about the task 1, which is writing a report or describing a graph. Okay, so we need to know some points that everyone should care about, and you try to not to forget any and pay great attention, consideration to each point of the 7 points that we're going to mention. The first point, as you see, the information given in a visual format must be presented accurately and coherently. So, you will see like a graph, and there are some pieces of information. You need to write about these information. It's based on what you have in the graph or in the chart or the table. It's not based on what you know, okay? And you have like correctly, what's that correctly? Sometimes the tense is like present or time or past time, okay, about the increase or decrease. So you have to be careful when you copy the information or the data, the visual information or the visual data presented in the chart. Okay, so you be careful. Later on we will have example and we will see how to do this well. The second point, that the paragraphs should be linked by sentences that are logically connected with one another. So we're talking about paragraphs. We're not talking about sentences. We're talking about paragraphs. And when I'd like to link the paragraphs, it's preferable to use adverbial conjunctions. Okay? And again, like the end of, let's say, paragraph 1, the end of paragraph 1 leads to the introduction of the paragraph 2. Okay? So when you want to conclude the first paragraph of the body, you need to pave the way for the second paragraph. Okay, so you now write and you move forward smoothly. Okay, so be careful because you need to do that logically. Logically about what? About the ideas, of course. When you have like every paragraph has got only one idea, and only one idea is presented in only one paragraph. So the ideas or the paragraphs should be logically ordered. You have to do this, and you have to do the brainstorming about the ideas, and then you organize the ideas. Are you going to talk about the decrease first or the increase first, or we don't know. Okay? But later on, we're going to have an example and we will see how to do this. Okay, the third point we have is the main features given in the graph, or the chart, or the table, or diagram must be reported. Candidate's personal opinion must not be included. Here, the task 1. Task 1, you are going to talk about a fact. You describe something that you see, the chart or the table, or any of the graphs, just like you have them, study them, read them carefully, and then write about them. Anything that you know, or personal opinion, or a previous experience, or your own knowledge, it is not necessary to include, and you must not include it. Because the task is asking you to describe the report, not to include your personal knowledge or experience. And we have this point as well. The organization is of logical paragraphing with an introductory sentence, a well-organized body, and a concluding sentence. Okay, so now the structure of the paragraph, again, it's the same structure of most of the writing essays, where we have the introduction, then we have the body paragraphs, then we have the conclusion. So the paragraph will have an introductory sentence or sentences, not more than 2. Then you will have a well-organized body, like where you give the details and examples, okay, from the graph. That's the body. Then you move to finish or conclude your paragraph with a concluding sentence. That's to sum up the above and to pave the way to the next. The fifth point we have is your report must be of at least 150 words written in 20 minutes. Failure to do this will be penalized. Okay, so now you have what? Not less than 150 words, and within the given time, 20 minutes. You will not exceed the time of minutes, or the time of the task, but you might, and it's okay, to exceed the number of words, 160, 170, but not less than. Okay, so the penalties that you might face is like exceeding 20 minutes or writing less than, using less than 150 words. Okay? Let's have a look and move to the sixth point, where you say, you should never use bullets, but write as if you were writing an essay or a letter. The bullet is like when you write a list of things to do, like you write sentences, and full stop, sentences, and full stop, sentences, and full stop. That's boring, and that's bullets. Okay? So we write in paragraphs, write full ideas, use like but, therefore, on the other hand, on the contrary, in addition, furthermore, make it like interesting and accurate and smooth, moving from one idea, from one sentence to another. Okay? So it's not like bullets. Okay, so the seventh point we have, and the last, is that the introduction should describe the purpose of the report and say what overall trends can be seen. So here we have 2 points. The introduction must say the first point is the purpose of the report, and the second point is that the overall trends that should be mentioned in the introduction, the introductory paragraph. And again, you should not copy words from the task. You can, like three, 4 words, that's fine, but not all of the task. You just copy it and paste it, write it again in your report. Now, you should not copy words from the task prompt, but rephrase them and use synonyms instead. So, rephrase, sometimes you need to change the structure. In the exam paper, you will have a noun, you say increase, for example, and then you can use it like, you will use as a verb, you say decrease, and again, you can use another verb instead of decrease, you can say fall. And I don't know the time yet, but you can change the structure and the word itself by giving a synonym or a noun instead of a verb. Okay, now let's look at this example. Okay, let's study the information. We have 5 pieces of information I need to study in here. Okay, so the first thing is the topic. Okay, the second thing is the interval, the duration or period of time, and this will decide what? Yes, this will decide the tense, like past, present, or future thing. Okay, and then the aspect is what? Simple, progressive, perfect. It's up to you. And then here we will find that the percentage. What does this stand for? Okay, so that's the trend. So the overall trend here, like the start. Okay, so that's for Boston. So that's the start point, and this is the end point. So the overall trend, okay, so it'll go up, down, up. Do not focus on this. No, the overall is what? A decrease. Okay. Let's see about Seattle in here. So it was here. Okay, okay. So you can say somehow a slight decrease. Okay, but this one a remarkable decrease because it's like that. Okay, a remarkable decrease. It's almost like zero from up. It's around here 25, 23, up to around to 3%. So that's a sharp decrease, and this one for Seattle is a slight increase. So that's what we need to know. Here, the percentage, what does this stand for? Okay, that stands for the, or provides us with the percentage. And here the interval. Here we have the places, okay, and the overall trend, not to mention the topic. So these are the 5 points you need to write them first before you start writing the report. The other videos we will have every type of graphs, and we will discuss how to write the introduction and how to move to the body, and then sometimes, of course, we will not have a conclusion to the report, but let's say how to move from one paragraph to another. See you another lesson. Goodbye.